You have reached episode 7 of 10. Last time, we discovered the art of adaptable tactics. Now, focus on harnessing concentrated force, gathering energy, and striking with overwhelming power. Let us begin. The principles I teach, well, they don't belong to any one time. They are timeless. Today, we're going to explore one of the most powerful of them all, the concept of energy, or what I call Qi. Think of it as strategic momentum, a hidden power that a wise commander builds long before the first spear is ever thrown. This is what decides a battle before it even begins. So let's dive in. I want you to picture a battlefield. To the untrained eye, it's just chaos, right? A storm of men and chariots, dust and noise. But a skilled general sees right through that. What looks like total disorder is actually the precise application of force. It's controlled momentum. And underneath all that seeming chaos is a structure so strong, it's practically unbeatable. Understanding this is the first step to understanding true power. So, we start with this illusion of disorder. You might be wondering, how can one person possibly control a massive army as if it were just a handful of men? Well, the answer doesn't lie in heroic charges, but in something far more fundamental: structure and organization. Here's the secret, the real key to it all. To create the appearance of chaos, you must have perfect discipline. When your troops are flawlessly organized into smaller units, you can make them move in ways that seem random to your enemy. Your formation might look like it has no head or tail, but in reality, it's incredibly resilient. It's unbreakable. See, true control isn't loud and obvious. It's quiet, it's structured, and it's hidden behind a very clever disguise. And this brings us right to the heart of the lesson: combined energy, or Qi. Now, this isn't about the strength of one single warrior. No. It's the collected potential of the entire army, stored up like water behind a massive dam. A clever combatant doesn't ask too much from any one person. Instead, he knows how to choose the right people and then harness their combined energy for one single, overwhelming purpose. So the big question is, how do you build this strategic energy? I want you to think of it like bending a powerful crossbow. The drawing of the string, that's the hard part. It takes a ton of effort, patience, and careful preparation, all before the arrow is ever fired. The exact same thing is true in any conflict. You have to build your potential long before you ever commit to the fight. Let's break down how this energy is built. First, you absolutely must have perfect discipline. Only an army with that level of control can successfully pretend to be in disarray. Second, you have to use your formations to mask your real strength. Show weakness where you are strong. And third, you have to be a master of deception. Use baits, lure the enemy in, make them move exactly where you want them to go, tiring themselves out, all while your force is fresh and waiting. In every single fight, I teach that there are two ways to attack: the direct and the indirect. The direct force, that's what you use to meet the enemy head on, to hold them in place. But victory is always secured by the indirect, the surprise flank, the unexpected maneuver. These two forces work together, creating an endless circle of possibilities, one leading to the other. Master this, and you'll always keep your enemy guessing. Okay, so after all this patient preparation, the discipline, the positioning, the deception, the moment of decision finally arrives. You've bent the crossbow. You've stored all that potential. Now, you have to release it. And this release, it can't be hesitant or weak. It has to be sudden, swift, and absolute. I want you to really pay attention to this principle. A falcon doesn't just circle around for no reason. It waits, it watches. And when that one perfect moment comes, it dives. Its attack is a single, focused, and absolutely devastating action. Your decision to release your army's energy has to be just like that, terrifying in its speed and precise in its execution. You strike the most vulnerable point and you ensure destruction. This metaphor, it really captures the whole idea perfectly. It's two separate but completely connected acts. The long, careful process of building potential, that's the energy. The single, irreversible action of committing your forces, that's the decision. You see, one is useless without the other. A bent crossbow with no trigger is just a piece of wood, and a trigger pulled on an unbent bow is just an empty click. So what happens when this energy is finally let go? The result isn't a struggle, it's an inevitability. The attack of your troops will be like the rush of a torrent of water, so powerful it rolls giant stones along in its path. It becomes an overwhelming force of nature that the enemy is simply powerless to stop. And remember, the leader who masters this doesn't need to rely on the incredible bravery of any single soldier. Instead, he uses the combined energy of the whole group. His soldiers become like rolling logs or stones. On flat ground, they don't move, but you put them on a steep slope, a strategic advantage that you created, and they start to roll. And if they're round, their momentum becomes completely unstoppable. This is the ultimate expression of Xi. The force you unleash isn't a matter of luck, it's a matter of physics. Through all that careful preparation and positioning, you've created the mountain. By choosing the perfect moment, you've released the stone. The shattering impact at the bottom, that's a consequence you engineered from the very beginning. This is how victory is truly won. I've shown you the principles of how to build and release strategic energy. It's a force that can sweep away any obstacle when it's applied correctly. The methods might be ancient, but the power itself is eternal. So the question I leave with you is this. In your own challenges, on your own modern battlefields, where will you direct this unstoppable force? Think on that. Let your tactics be fluid. In Episode 7, harness the power of concentrated force to overwhelm your foes.
This has been another dispatch from the Dead Expert Society. The dead have spoken, but what say the living? Let us know below.